Hey folks, welcome back. It's time for some more Hearts of Iron 4, and there's been a few developments with the comments on YouTube. I just want to shout out in particular Wendy for a couple of points that you made, and I really appreciate this, explaining how to use the railway guns, about how to assign them to armies like air wings or station them near the front line. I've never used them before, so I really appreciate that, so thank you very much. And also, what was the other point that I had to make? I think there was something else. Oh yes, you'd noticed that the dockyards, I've overlooked something important here, because right from the start of the game, when China started with one single dockyard, and it didn't matter because we had no navy, we need to go to the naval repair queue, and we need to increase the number of dockyards we can use for repair. This is awful. I think we should put this about, probably more actually. Let's see, how many are we using? We still have spares. Okay. I'm going to put this up to 15 because we have a big navy now, and obviously if they're all queuing up to go into one single dockyard, that's not going to work so good. So anyway, that is great. I totally missed that. I'd forgotten to change this or even go looking into it as we added more dockyards in. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Right, on to the business of today. Today we're going to split the Soviet Union in two. This is the plan. We're going to bring some armies up, and it's an awful supply dry area up here, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring some armies, possibly in two army groups, and we're going to push up right through here to have one army facing this way and one army facing this way, surrounding all this. One of the reasons we really want to do this quickly is because Japan is making headway now. It'll slow down when supplies become an issue, but well, for one thing, it's going to cut off all the Soviet troops over here, and for another, it means that we're going to prevent Japan from swinging too far to the west and gaining loads of territory. So by us making a corridor up here and then advancing this way to cut off the USSR troops. And that means we just pen them back in, and they don't get quite so much war score at the end of the game because I will have the territory, not them. That's the plan. The ultimate greed build. So anyway, we need to bring up some soldiers that are going to do this. I have a force here. And I'm not sure exactly of the plan I had for these guys, but these will do absolutely perfectly. So we're going to cancel all orders for these. So I make sure I've got the field marshal selected. And we are going to... I've got multiple divisions over here, which isn't what we want. Just want to make sure you haven't got... I'm just going to make sure these don't have frontline orders. Some other armies have some multiple frontline orders over there. And we're going to obviously have to... Oh, that's a defense division. Okay, that's not supposed to be in there. We've got units over in the... Oh, okay, this needs attention right now. This definitely urgently needs attention. So we need to very quickly set this to... all that. And just trigger it. That is... Army number 3, that one there. So that's just to very quickly conquer Denmark. Are we building stuff in here? Because this is going to be one of our ports that we use to then invade further on. Don't think we are. So maybe we are. I can't do it yet. Okay, we'll sort that out in a minute. We'll come back to those. So that's one. We've got Joe Stilwell's army, which... Now he is off to the front. Or he's coming up close to the front. I think it's time that I will just create a new field marshal group somewhere. Let's put these into here. Attack, assault, it doesn't really matter. Put them over there. And I can keep track of them for me. I think we have do we have a spare field marshal, actually? Leave him in. We do not, but I will have someone useful, I am sure of it. We'll leave that one well alone. So, what's going on over here? That's the one for Denmark. Okay. Maybe... that's a better idea then. Let's bring them back in here. Because these guys, they can leave the army. Unassign the army. Excellent. They're fine. We will find a home for them in the future. But this allows us to put some new forces, which we've got training up. Yep, into this attack. And I think... This guy, well, his stats are pretty good. His stats are more than ample for going over the top over here. So I would like 3 full armies, and I've got 3 full armies of 24 divisions, new ones. They're training up. We're going to go train them in the field. Let's just make sure we've got training turned off for all these. And we're going to need another one as well. What is your goal? I see I've got some guys over here. I've got 2 different front lines in effect over here. And you don't need to be in that. I could do with a... who have we got? I must have a spare field marshal. I've got one where it's an army group. He's got a field marshal. Right, what's he doing? He is on there. Right, unassign that army. In fact, that army can go and join any other one for the moment. Go in there. We'll figure out that's not a field marshal position. That's fine. That's just disbanded them. Never mind. That's also fine. So let's bring these guys up. We don't even have a general. We can't fix that yet. We don't have anyone spare, do we? That's quite all right. We can put them in this. I need field marshals for this job because I have a particular plan. He's not overly amazing, this chap, but this is going to be fine. And he's in there. Yep, 2 armies there. Should be absolutely fine. And as long as I can keep track of where the other one is. Let's bring this one over here. So we know it's going to be these 2 here. Right, you stop doing that. Okay, we're in business. This is going to cause a little bit of a problem with supply temporarily. So we would like... Make sure I've got nothing selected. Field marshal order. But a very short one. Go from there to there with all those units. This is going to create a mess. I'm going to regret doing this. I know I am. Make sure that's cancelled. And the field marshal order. See, this doesn't need to be quite so big. Quite so big either. Can we... they're going to be cramped up for the time being, but they are going to definitely be spreading out very quickly. So, the idea of this offensive line is just to go chop chop up there. And the idea of... Oh, that's the wrong one, isn't it? No, that's okay, that's okay. I am probably going to get confused with this. And the idea of this one is to make sure that we... Sure, let's do this and make sure all this is... That's a bit insane. Can we not see where the other one is? It's up there. So that looks like it's going to go straight to the north. And I think we can kick this off right away. There's no need to pause. Away they go. As soon as they're in position, because there's nothing in front of them. So as they charge up, we are going to throw units into them, and we're going to have to build supplies and everything else to follow up with, because it's going to be a little bit scrappy as that. We've also, I notice, got no aircraft on any of these. We can start designing some new aircraft too, by the way. So that's something we can maybe do. Do we have an airfield under our control? That's a bit busy. This has got some. So let's make sure we've got... Can we have 3 air wings of... Where's the ground attack stuff? 1, 2, 3. We should probably put more in than this. 4, 5, 6. Okay, they're going to move around. Ground attack on each of these armies in support. This is the best way to do this, I think, to manage, because we're managing vast quantities of planes here, and it is an utter pain. And then we're going to overload this airfield, but it's fine. They'll move around as soon as there's space. So we've got these 2, or these 4, I should say. And if we could supply some fighters as well, I will try and add in 5 wings of fighters. Do we have jet fighters at spare at the bottom? think my jet fighters are probably still redeploying and filling up all the other slots. We've got loads of other stuff in here. No jet fighters. Do we have regular fighters? Do you know what? I think they're all busy at the moment. No, these will do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Okay. And then huge overcrowding in this place, which is absolutely fine for now. All I need to do is just go and support each army. And as soon as we get new airfields built on the line of advance, they will occupy an appropriate zone wherever there's space. But I am fine with the overcrowding for the moment, because they're not going to be facing too much anyway. Right, excellent. Off we go. Let's kick this off. We're going to meet a little bit of resistance on the way. We're going to have to redraw some front lines at some point, and we're going to might have to do this manually, because this is going to get scrappy quite fast. Can we see where the... See, there's an enemy rail line going straight across there. We definitely want to tap into that. Let's get some rails built already. Up like that. And then from there to there. And we can definitely order these to the top of the list. So we're basically laying the track as the train's coming down it. More or less. So the idea for this is one massive cut-off. We've triggered it fairly early, probably because out before all our armies are in position, but that's okay. And once we're in position, there's been nothing much to stop us just advancing across. Like here, for example, there's not much in the way. We're just going to link up. We're just going to cut off everything inside here. And that will be ours, and that should give us a much better... Eventually, it'll give us a much better front line to command as well. So the big chop-off is going in place. Do I want to trigger that now? There's not really much in the way of me to worry about fighting, so I'm not overly concerned with... Where are you guys? So the armour is in there. No, it's okay. We're just going to hold the armour back. I might even pull them back out the way, so they are not using stuff on the front line. Where are you supposed to be? I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be on the front line somewhere. I'm guessing it's this one here. This is Army 9. No, that's Army 30. This is a mess, and I'm having a job seeing... Oh, it's these two armies. Okay, so these ones are free. Right, that's fine then. So we've got the carrier hull. We'll go for the next one. Do you know what? I'm tempted to start building a carrier, because it's going to take a little while to get there, isn't it? Let's go and design a really early war carrier. We have no ships for this, but that's fine. Hangar space. Hangar space. Definitely. We're not going to need... Are we going to need deck armour? We might need deck armour. Screw it. We won't need deck armour. And we want dual-purpose secondary batteries for all the anti-aircraft defence we can get. And that's where we go deck armour. Flight deck armour. So this is going to be a pretty crap one, I think, is probably fair to say. Don't think we need 1,000 transport planes anymore. So that's going to be in 1957. That's going to be a year to build one. I thought it was going to take a little while. We only want one. Our heavy cruisers, though, we should be churning those out. I've got them on infinite. Right. Anyway, back to the plot up here. There shouldn't be any particular issues with advancing through here. I can't see anything getting in the way. Having said that, I mean, I don't think that our guys are doing it in a timely manner. Did we manage to get this cut-off going? Looks very much like we did. Japanese are just coming charging through like lunatics. But that territory's going to me, so that's absolutely fine. We like this so far. Let's leave that to play out. And we have got... Excellent, we've got Denmark. Right. So all these guys... Railroad back to here. And then, because we can't supply them in there... We can't supply them in there. I would like a stonking great big port building there, please. And we better stick that on high priority. And radar, we have 0. And an airfield. So all these up to the top. I know. We've got priority. We keep going priority on everything. We've just got to do it. That's okay. Let's make sure the Navy is doing its thing. Oh, we've got loads of ships to pump out here. We've got our first battleship. And we've got a carrier? Did we build a carrier? No, it's a cruiser. It's not CA's cruiser, isn't it? Yeah, okay. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself there. Let's get the big stuff in. And then... Actually, we've got more of those. This is like one almighty flipping... battle fleet here. Do you know what? Let's put them all in. Lots of destroyers. And the attack subs. Well, the attack subs are doing their thing. There's some of these units getting a little bit weakened over here, I see. More destroyers. We should put these onto escort duty, I suppose. Right, okay, so after all that... Oh, do we have naval supremacy over here? That is excellent, right. Iceland? Going in. We're just going to attack Reykjavik. The Marines will arrive, take that, and then we don't need to worry too much about the rest of that. Division recovery. Let's give them some experienced soldier loss. Reduction in penalty and supply consumption. Excellent. The Marines are just sneaking their way across all the time. Amphibious or naval layers and shore bombardment bonus. Well, I should probably be sending the Navy to do a shore bombardment these days. Have we got them on there? We've got them going on there. That's excellent. I think that's going to go off in no time at all. So we're going to get Iceland, and that gives us a platform for invading the Soviet Union on this side of the map. That would be kind of funky. It also gives us a platform for going to the United Kingdom too. We also need... I should have a spare... There we go. One of these defensive ones just to go and drop in this place here. So, yeah, they're going to get a little bit hungry over there until we get that port built, but that's fine. They can learn to live off beans. Right, let's do this. Someone's going over there. I don't know who's going over there. Actually, no, go that way. And then it's time to slaughter everybody here, I think. We've got the big cutoff going, which is excellent. So I'm just gonna go like this. And I think we're going to find that... Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that was a bit too early. Oh, God, there's... okay, we don't have enough troops to try and hold this. Do I have any spare soldiers just to hand? I have the... Well, I definitely have the armour, which is doing nothing at the moment. Railroad them in. And the cavalry, which can come in as well. I mean, the enemy aren't in much of a position to advance. The good news is... We've researched the railway gun. I'm going to start producing some of these. As we have spare military factories. I've never done this before, so this is kind of cool. They're going to be June 59. Oh, okay. We better put 5 factories into that. It's kind of like building ships then. It's going to be a slow process. And there's really not much more left to research now. We could have armoured cars. We could put those in our... we could actually produce armoured cars and put them into our garrison divisions. I think that would probably be wise, but we'll need a lot. Right, let's also see the situation with supply over here. Is there anywhere we can... do they have any supply depots? I don't think they have much over here, do they? I was aware I was going to be going into like a supply... oh, if we can take one more place, actually, I'm going to build a supply line on that railroad. Next to Krasnoyarsk. And then once we get this two-way split sorted out, I am going to tidy up the front lines because at the moment it looks absolutely atrocious. These are more of a defensive force, aren't they? Yeah, they're not really that suited for attacking with. So, oh, but these guys are suited for attacking with. Okay, so that's a spare army down there that we could use for something. Let me just see what the situation is here. There's too many divisions in there at the moment. And these guys aren't really well suited for aggressive confrontations. The cavalry is excellently suited for this, though. And let's go and chop off that massive rail hub there. So I think the horsemen are going to get in. And we're going to do the same with tanks all over the place. Cut off what we can, trash the rest. This mess will resolve itself. It will. It's all going to resolve itself fairly soon. So the big advance going across here is slowly working. And once we chop these off, we're going to be able to form two nicely formed front lines facing in opposite directions. And we're going to be fine. Come on, fellas. Get across there. Like, I don't even see there's anything in there. Right, someone's moving there at least. I think, you know, we can go... I think we can go like that. I can't really split this army up anymore because it's too spread out. Oh, we should be able to get in here now. We should easily be able to get into there. There's nothing really defending it. So we're attacking from two sides. You guys can also add some support. And if we can just reduce the size of this bulge here, then just tightens up the front lines. Did we get into this place? There was somewhere up here I was going to try and go, wasn't there? We're on a rail line. Excellent, we're on a rail line up here. So where was the... Right, I'm going to put a depot. Oh, there's one here. Perfect. Right. All we need to do is just link that up with our existing rail network. And that's excellent. That's already on it. We haven't got anything going this way, have we? Kind of hoping that the Soviet Union has built something over there. Let's also just link up like that. So I think that would be a good idea as well. And those two, yep, priority. Everything's priority. But I think feeding these guys really is priority. Excellent, the armour did their job. Let's just attack with a load of divisions of cavalry from there. These lot look nicely surrounded. We might even work on paratroopers at some point. Chuck all the boys in. So we got this one. Nice. That's been another nice cut-off. So the USSR should be getting royally knackered because now they're losing huge amounts of divisions. And better than that, they're having to spread what they've got left over a really thin, long line. So China is certainly coming into its ascendancy. Find the spare tanks. They're going that way. No. You're going that way. Throwing a little bit of support. Okay, let's do this. That's a big swing and a cut off, and we'll get all those guys in there. See, the horsemen still have a use even in 1957. Which reminds me, I have one spare military factory. Let's design a new aircraft. We're going to need carrier fighters. We're going to use jets for this. No, we're not actually. We're gonna have to go to our blank design. Modern carrier airframe. Here we go. One factory should be able to do everything it needs. So we're going to go for 2 jet engines. We're going to go for no defensive turrets. These are air-to-air aircraft. Electronics. We have air-to-air radar. We want air-to-air radar too. I don't think there's anything else in there. Nope, there's nothing else we need. And special modules. Armor plates. I mean, these are going on carriers, so the range, I don't think is a problem. Dive brakes, floats, self-sealing fuel tanks. That will do. And these are fighter weapons. We want 2 cannon 2 will give an agility of -6. The weight goes up quite. What's the air attack? 24. 4 heavy machine guns. Give air attack 12 with no loss to agility. Heavy machine guns on jets? Well, I mean, can we do the same again? So I think that's the way to do that. 12 heavy machine guns would probably be a little bit ridiculous. They're just fighter aircraft. Let's go for it. Carrier Fighter 1. That's what we've got. Okay, so we've got Carrier Fighter 1. I predict it's done it. I don't know why it does that. Do we have anything? That'll do. Right, so build one of those. And we could probably do with the same in a carrier. Let's go for the... I'm going to go for small, obviously, because they go on carriers. And this is going to be for ground attack. But it's going to be a similar sort of design. Ground attack, sorry, sea attack. Sea attack is what we want. We'll go for the armor plates. We'll go for... Do we have air-to-ground radar? This helps with naval strikes and port strikes. So we do want this. And I think I wanted self-sealing fuel tanks. And naval bomber weapons. The guided anti-ship missile. This is a thing in the game. I have never seen this. Wow, this is new to me. We can't put another one on. Okay, that gives us naval... It doesn't actually show. Well, it will do. Should do somewhere. If I were to put rocket rails on, that doesn't help. Anti-tank cannon. Small bomb bay. Well, it does add to port... Oh, hang on. Nope. So these do add to port strikes. Don't think it's going to add a whole lot on, is it? Whereas that one, naval attack 8. Can't just put 2 on. Screw it. I'm going to... That's fine. It's like a big torpedo. And we're also going to change that. It gives me some biplanes, for heaven's sake. It's supposed to be a jet. I think that looks cool. Let's use that one for the carrier. Looks nothing like what I imagined. Anyway, that'll serve us quite adequately. I probably spent more time on that than I really should. But anyway. Meanwhile, over in the Atlantic, I predict the Marines should be on their way any minute now. Why aren't they going? Can we not just go? Is there a reason? Hang on. Oh, these guys are... Right. These guys are independent. Okay, there's a very good reason they can't go. I thought they were part of Denmark still. My apologies. My apologies, Iceland. I thought we were supposed to be up to no good there. Right, who's Norway with? They're with the Allies, I think. Target foreign war goals, though. So they are at war with me. They're also at war with the US. They're part of the Allies. Right. So, I mean, I could try and drop an invasion into the United Kingdom. I don't know that I want to knock them out just yet. In that case, we will build up our forces in Greenland and await developments. Let's go and finish off the slaughter over here. Meanwhile, let's get these guys in as well. Oi! Pile in there. See, some of those units are the right type. And I think we should have some armor somewhere. Let's bring them all down here and slowly advance across, because